We spoke about the amount of people that will be sent home, how many people will be affected. And now we're going to deal with the debt. Now, we were told $12 billion in debt is Petrotrin. That oil production used to be 100,000 barrels a day, it dropped to 40,000, which I was told by another worker at Petrotrin who was here a few weeks ago, Dr. Real, that was a decision taken by the board to reduce the production, or something to that effect, he said. No, well, when he told it to us, I said, well, if that's the case, and now we're moving towards this, and they're using that as an excuse, that's something like sabotage. So, we want to talk about the amount of debt, $12 billion. Now, I've said on the program, and I've stated this very strongly, I do not think that the workers at Petrotrin should have to pay for the bad decisions and the mismanagement from the board level. So, who wants to take this one?
I'll take this one.
All right, cool, nice, yeah.
All right. To begin, in 2016, the debt stood at $14 billion approximately. Now, we have to understand, the refinery was tailored and was designed to produce a certain type of product and required upgrading.
Right.
It was necessary to upgrade the refinery if it is we had to remain competitive. So, what would have had to happen is that we would have had to spend a significant amount of money to bring the refinery up into a modern condition, right?
Okay.
Now, as it is, that a lot of that debt, there were two big payments. There was a payment for $750 million US and one for $850 million US. We're talking big money here. So those two bonds were taken out to upgrade the refinery, right? Now we are at a point where the refinery is upgraded. We have a lot of new plants. And we are saying that because the company is in this current financial condition, they are having some challenges in terms of paying off the debt. But let's make it clear here. In 2016, the debt was standing at 14 billion. As of present, is 11 billion.
Okay.
So Petrotrin has been servicing its debts. Right? Nobody
so for
is
the last
saying
2 years, it's gone down from 14 to 11.
Correct.
Right.
In fact, when they bandy about this $750 million payment, the $750 million US dollar payment is now reduced to $250 million.
Okay.
Right? So the money is being paid. Another thing that is not said is that this is not the first time Petrotrin would have borrowed money to upgrade plants and do work. But in the past, when you borrow the money and you see the return, nobody focuses on the debt being $18,000 per citizen of the country, because at the end of the day, the net gain that you will see from that investment would way surpass that.
Right.
So now they are focusing on the money that we need, but they are not telling the country how much money could be earned from that.
Okay.
Right? That is another side of the argument.
Profit for 2017, 2018.
For the last couple of months, we have been making profits.
But we saw
Correct.
that already.
In fact, the chairman would have come out and said that it's himself, right? No, again, if it is, I am not a person to say that there's no problems with the company. But the fact is that Petrotrin does have a debt, yes, but we have been servicing our debts. We have one major payment that is due next year for $850 million. That is going to be a challenge. But I know the union would have put forward alternatives to get that paid, right? I know that as a fact. So, if the $850 million payment for next year is the problem, then we have solutions to deal with that.
Okay.
And Petrotrin has shown that they can pay their debts.
All right. So the evidence is there to support contrary that what statement you just made, contrary to what the state and the chairman and the board have been saying.
Well, the state
because
and the
they're
board,
making it sound like, okay, Petrotrin. Let me tell you, people, imagine a guy calling from Tobago earlier this week to say that Tobago underdeveloped, they had no roads, proper roads and things, and because of the amount of money the government pumping into Petrotrin. And I had to ask the guy, but in the national budget, when Tobago House of Assembly is allocated X amount in the budget, where the money does come from? Not the same oil sector that you're knocking right now, talking about because of Petrotrin and how much money they're pumping in and the bailout. And I mean, we bailed out Clico at $25 billion to date, and it's still people have not gotten money from Clico, from that bailout. And Clico is far more insignificant than Petrotrin. So when they come in to bring figures of $12 billion, that's where I've been drawing my measuring stick. You know, if we could have bailed out Clico, why we making it an issue with Petrotrin? And it makes me believe that something is bubbling under the surface.
Right.
And with all the secrecy, there is something that they're not telling people.
So is it something more the mortal than the vessel?
Of course.
All right.
And that's the perception people have. Petrotrin sucking the country dry of money.
That's one thing I need to say there. Petrotrin is not a consumer of taxpayers' money, right? The only assistance we really need from the government now is to stand guarantee for us to take our loans, but we do not consume taxpayers' money, right? In fact, if you watch the SEIP, which is a government-produced report, every year they put out that report. Petrotrin is the second largest contributor of foreign exchange to Trinidad and Tobago. State enterprise. Second largest, second only to NGC. In fact, the figures I have here is for the year 2018, $3.5 billion would have been contributed in terms of foreign exchange.
That's US, right? That's US?
Yes, that's US.
3.5 billion US.
Yet still they will tell the country that Petrotrin is consuming foreign exchange, even though their very same documents say otherwise. So it really makes you wonder why are they going to this extent to demonize Petrotrin and to demonize Petrotrin workers?
Yeah, because listen, and that's why I've been saying the things I've been saying, because that is what it sounds like to me. It's like Petrotrin and you're using the right term. The workers and the company itself are being demonized, and demonized in order to gather some sort of sympathy from the general public to justify shutting it down.
Because that's the agenda.
Well, that's what I'm saying,
That's
because
the agenda.
it seems to me that something else is bubbling.
And the leaders know Trinbagonians that have a high level of illiteracy going on in the country.
Well,
So when you throw anything at them,
and
they
they're going
just
to
run
believe
with
it.
the hype. They just run with the hype.
Because I've been asking people, I say, have you read the Solomon report? No. Everybody who critical, have you read that? No. Have you read the Lashley report? No. But then how could you comment on this if you have not read the two reports that the government is saying they are using to make this decision, and while they're telling you that these are the reports that we're referring to, none of the reports speak about shutting it down.
And as Judas was saying last night, this didn't happen in 2010 to 2015.
Oh God, you're going but in Judas. Always with WTO?
Yeah, all members of the
Of
union.
your WTO.
They are the only people now fighting for us.
All right.
Fighting for you. Roger, who are
You believe in Roger?
Of course
You
I
believe,
do.
you believe he's going? You believe he's doing the right thing? You believe
Of
he
course
has
I
all
do.
the interest at that?
Yes.
well, all in problems.
Oh gosh, Lord.
Look for a new president.
5 minutes away from your all 7 o'clock. We want to accommodate some phone calls too and get
Yeah.
some feedback from the public. But it's like I've been saying. You've been hearing everything from what the government has been telling you, what the board has been telling you. And all the reports that have been done talks about mismanagement at the board level. Bad money was spent. There were huge cost overruns in those projects where that bad money was spent.
Right.
And now you have run the company, I don't want to say into the ground, because they've been servicing their debts according to Christopher here. And they've been servicing the debts. They're a large contributor of foreign exchange,
Right.
which raises the question of, if you close down the refinery and you're importing the crude, the product, then where are you getting the foreign exchange from?
Oh.
Because now you're $3.5 billion in foreign exchange less. Because there's no refinery to export. All you're doing is importing. So where are you getting it from?
That reminds me, Stefan, of the last time when they say, these people taking all the US money, when the central bank governor come out and make the statement of where all the foreign exchange going.
Right.
You see what I did with it?
Well,
I would like to just elaborate on what you just said there, quickly, Stefan.
sure.
With the closure, if it is they continue with the closure of the refinery and they continue plans to go ahead with E&P, right? And this is something that the public is not aware of. Our crude content is a high sulfur crude content, right?
A high sulfur?
Yeah, high
Speak up a little
sulfur.
bit.
Yes, high sulfur content in our crude,
Yeah.
right? Which needs to be refined before it could be mixed with the other product, other sweet crude, right?
Okay.
Closing the refinery is not going to desulfurize that crude. Right?
That's what it is.
All right.
Because of the high sulfur content, we don't expect to get or fetch a good price as compared to Brent or WTI on the international market. It will have to be sold for less. Right? The advantage that we have with the refinery is that we could take that sour crude, that high sulfur crude, mix it with imported crude, and pass it through our refinery to gain margins on every barrel. So the refinery really intends to add $10 in value to every barrel of oil we produce.
Right. Okay.
Right? But basis the expenses that we face, whether it be operating expenses, depreciation, that tends to reduce the amount of money gained per barrel. Right? So
I understand what you're saying.
Understand? So as it is right now, they are saying that we are in the negative. But a lot of things could be done to bring it back into the positive.
Into the positive.
Correct.
All right. So I'll tell you what, we want to take a few calls, 235-5325. Some very interesting,
the bitumen that we get from the refinery.
right.
If there is no refinery, what will the crafter do? Right? Would they be negatively affected by the shutdown of this refinery too? And what about job loss in that industry? Could you address that, please?
Sure, no problem.
Thank you.
Gentlemen?
Okay, I'll speak about the issue of the bitumen. Now, bitumen is a product of the refinery that needs to be kept hot. Right? That is used in the mix for asphalt, for pavement and such. Transporting this product is going to be very costly. Even if thinking of importing this product is going to be very, very costly because you have to keep that product at a certain temperature.
Okay.
Right? It must retain that temperature before it's mixed with the pitch and put onto the road.
Okay, and what about the other part of it, how much it would affect other jobs in the
Well, you know, at this point, you see the conditions of our roads.
Yes, I see the conditions of
And we
the roads.
do have bitumen here.
And the pitch.
And a pitch day. Right? So you can imagine how catastrophic it's going to be
When
when we have to import our own bitumen.
Just keep in mind as well, it will now become a foreign exchange requirement.
foreign exchange, so we're going to be foreign exchange to import that. So let's see how many different things this is affecting, right? Down to the pitch that, well, paving or not paving your road right now is going to be affected.
Next year, all roads will be.
How?
Next year, after.
How do we pave it?
I mean, is it politics time? I mean, we want for election time? I mean, roads will be.
So we're getting some valuable information that I did not know about, I did not know existed. And of course, we are entertaining your calls right now. 235-5325 is the number to call. We have two workers from Petrotrin. Anything that you would like to ask them as it relates to severance packages for the workers, right? Because Caroni was shut down, and it have up to date people still waiting on the severance from Caroni. Right? Good. So, in terms of, we've been hearing about this next part of the conversation where the government have been saying, the Minister of Energy has been saying, and even the chairman, Wilfred Espina, has been saying, well, you know, the Petrotrin workers will be handled well.
Well.
Their severance packages is going to, you know, they're going to be leaving the company with a ton of money. That's what they're making it sound like. Right?
Give butter with honey on your lips.
In terms of these severance packages, tell us a little bit about that. You guys looking forward to that? But we'll take this call first. Hello, good morning.
Morning, caller.
Hello.
Give butter with
All
honey
right,
on your lips.
we'll deal with that.
Alright, when it comes to severance packages, I don't know about it. I can't speak for my comment, I can speak for myself. But I would much more prefer to have a job
Yeah,
that I could have an income on a steady basis because I'm 35 years old, I have a lot of time to work still.
Only 35?
Right, 35 on a steady basis because I'm 35 years old, I have a lot of time to work still.
Only 35?
Right, 35, and I would like to get a pension too.
US or pounds?
That's 35 TT.
What I was talking about as well.
Bitumen was the first one. Acid is also something that we will have to find alternative sources for. The refinery produces acid. We have an acid plant that produces sulfuric acid. Right. Once that plant, that's a very new planter. Once that plant is taken down, we'll have to get acid from other sources.
Okay, so this is more than
But
This is more than just importing and exporting oil, right? As people would like it to be. People take it as a simple thing that it's, oh, well, you know, we'll just import. It doesn't work like that. It's a lot of different things that the refinery is responsible for.
And that's what interests me this morning, because all the talk you hear, you never hear nothing about the sulfur plant. You never hear nothing about what the gentleman now talk about the bitumen. You never heard nothing about all these things within the conversation.
And we don't know where they're headed with it. With the closing
So you don't know. So
Just
come
to
on.
make it clear,
It come now like
Petrotrin produces gasoline,
Right.
super diesel, super premium,
right,
diesel,
right.
kerosene,
I said that the other day. Yeah.
right, bitumen,
Bitumen,
Acid.
right,
sulfur,
right,
as in solid sulfur,
right,
right? We also provide fuel for tankers,
right.
right? That whole spectrum of products will now be imported or no longer brought into Trinidad and Tobago.
Well, it also looked like Petrotrin also provide a plan for the government to come and lead the country astray. With the information they're putting out, they also produce that too.
Well, I don't know why they would be trying to sell Petrotrin in this light, but we have to remember that the oil industry would have built Trinidad and Tobago, and now for some reason it is being demonized.
Yeah, because agendas.
So let me ask you something. All those other things that you're talking about there, what is the revenue that does anybody know the revenue that generates outside of oil? Because I've always said in the national budget we always hear that this is the revenue we've gained from oil. This is the revenue we've gained from natural gas. What about the revenue for all these other things that you're all talking about? Do we export these things?
Yes, we do.
We do.
Yes, we do. And the company has all their financial statements online. I don't know the figures off my head.
Right.
But I know we make a significant off of what you call bunkers, that's fuel for ships. Right? We make a significant amount of money from acid and bitumen. Right?
Okay.
So those three products, even though you wouldn't hear about it all the time on in the public domain,
Right.
they are significant contributors of money.
That like the pitch lake. You know how much income the pitch lake bring in?
Just two quick ones here before we wrap things up and take the break, right? Somebody is saying bunkering is a lucrative business. What about that? And what is the expected price at the pump if we start to import fuel?
Okay, two very good questions. Bunkering, again, is the same thing I spoke about. That is the fuel for vessels.
Yeah.
That industry right now has a lot of private enterprises, but as well, Petrotrin is a major player in that game, right? And you'll appreciate getting it from the refinery will probably be the cheapest,
Right.
right? Now, Petrotrin exiting the market will probably allow someone else to come in. That's the reality of that situation, and that's a high foreign exchange generator, right? As for the question, what was the other question?
In terms of the price of the pump.
Right. The price of the pump now will be dependent on the market price, the international price that we'll have to import fuel at. Now, the question will be now if the government will pass that burden on to the citizens, or if they will leave the
subsidy?
The subsidy under the responsibility of the new entity or
I raised it once. I raised it twice. I think that's
Let me ask you a big man question,
people
right?
are going to expect.
Big man question, right? No, we don't have a problem, right? We just deal with governance, not government, right? We're not poor government. We deal with governance, right?
Right.
For the past 15 years in Trinidad and Tobago, who paid the burden?
Burden was paid by Petrotrin.
No. You now
For
say
the subsidy?
something. No, you now say something. Who paid the burden? Yes.
Oh,
all right, good man.
So for the past time, we pay the burden. So you think the government is going to pay it on them? Is we are to pay?
So let's say they remove the subsidy and they put it onto the people. What is the projected? Could you guys project a price at the pump?
A little hard to answer that
yeah,
question.
I don't have that off the top of my head.
At least they're honest.
Barbados,
They didn't come to. You see, the accent that because they're honest. They didn't come to talk no propaganda. Go
I just want to
ahead.
give you an idea. Barbados right now, gas at the pumps is about $3 EC.
Right, that's EC.
EC.
Right.
So multiply by
That's like
3.
3 EC.
That's about 10
3
something in there.
3 trees are 9. EC is
About 10,
250.
11, 10.
Right, but $1 million is $375 TT.
Yeah, but no, it's
One
gonna be. It's,
million.
I expect it would be anywhere between $10 to maybe $12. That's my expectation. I expect $10 to $12 That's per liter, right?
Yeah.
Right. And we're currently paying
It's around
$3 or something.
For
So
super, but premium.
5 something for premium.
Diesel,
3 something for
diesel,
super, diesel is, yeah. But I expect it's going to be anywhere between $10 and $12 TT dollars that we will be paying. If they pass, not if, when they pass the burden on to the people. Now, there's just one other question here, and then we got to wrap things up.
Okay.
What is the union's proposal? You guys, are you guys familiar with it? What is your proposal on everything? Your entire cost of living going up. The grocery, rent, everything going up. Right, so you're going to take that into consideration. Now, when we come back from the break, the healing hand is coming.